Nice easy day. Anybody who's not done with things for the week should easily be able to finish up stuff. Slash, if they have any left, they can bring it home over the weekend. But today shouldn't be too bad. Morning. Okay, now the dice works pretty good, but the problem with the dice is it seems like we get the same repeat numbers all the time. So I'm thinking we're going to try the bingo roller, and then whatever number gets rolled will be that table. So not necessarily yours, but that table. I figure that should kind of work the same as the dice. Does anybody want to roll? Have you rolled before? That works perfect. You're nice and close. And I'm lazy, so I'm going to go with that. It is backwards. There you go. Okay, so we're going to do the one on the bottom of page 36. Who do we got first? 11, I don't know, up here maybe? Yeah. Okay, table 3. What I was hoping you guys could do, and it's been a little while, that's kind of why I thought I wanted to do this separate than yesterday's, is we need to be able to remember how to graph standard form. Does anybody over here kind of remember how to graph standard form? I know you'll remember it as soon as I can refresh you. But okay, standard form is the one where we cover up the x's and y's separately. So like this one, I'll cover up the y. It'll say negative 2x equals negative 6. And then I divide by negative 2. Gives me positive 3. So that's going to be my x-intercept. Whose music is that loud? Is this somebody's headphones? Did you have this pause? Okay. Table 3. Now that I showed you how to find the x-intercept, how do we find the y-intercept? Cover up the negative 2x, and then this would sit. Trying to put my hands close, but not cover. Then the y-intercept would become what? Negative 6. You don't even have to solve that one. It just says y equals negative 6 right away. And then once we have those 2 points, that's our line. Who do we have next? I think right there? Table 5? Okay, table 5. Is it going to be a dotted line or a solid line? Do you remember what to look for? Okay, are we just throwing out guesses, or are we educated guessing, or?
Solid line.
Okay, like why?
Because it has like that line under.
Okay, perfect. So right here, what you do to determine that is you look if it's going to be less than or equal to. This one has the line underneath it, so it's going to be a solid line. Okay, good. Now the part that I found, I kind of breezed past it in first hour, and I found throughout the day more and more that the shading part was what most people were having trouble with. And so maybe I just didn't do that great a job explaining it. One thing I will say is, let's just totally ignore the quick way that I tried mentioning to you guys, because that definitely didn't go over well. So let's just do the testing 0, 0 every time, because that should work more uniform and you'll basically get it down easier. So let's try to pick 0, 0, and we're going to test it. Now, anytime you draw a line, half of the graph is gonna be true answers, half of the graph is gonna be false answers. We just don't know which half is which. So we pick a random point, but we generally pick 0, 0 because it's super easy numbers. And then we figure out if 0, 0 is true or false. Whatever 0, 0 is, the other half is the opposite. So 0, 0, I'm gonna put it in the equation. 0 minus 2 times 0 less than or equal to negative 6. 0 minus 0 is 0. And then I need to figure out, is 0 less than or equal to negative 6? So is 0 smaller than negative 6? No. This would be false. Okay, so once we figured out 0, 0 is, that's a bad F. Once we figured out 0, 0 was false, we automatically know every number on the other half is true. Basically, this line divides the answers in half. And then let's roll the last person, I guess. Go. Table 3 again. Here, I got rid of the roll of the dice just so we didn't have duplicates. Do you guys remember which half we shade? True or false? True. It's not bad. So next week though we have to get a lot better because we're going to be shading multiple lines at the same time, and we need to be able to read it because otherwise it's like just a mess. Why don't you guys just try to do this one pretty quick? I bet it's not going to take you very long at all to do the one on the top, page 37, and then we'll do the word problem together. Oh my God, I forgot. Sorry. I'm pretty much always going to block off this corner. I know, I'm kind of disappointed though. Oh, are you done rolling?
Oh, I thought we were done.
No, but it don't have to be. You don't worry. I mean, I guess I should say, you can be done if you want to be done. Oh, FYI, you don't actually have to write true and false. I'm mainly just having us do that so you guys get the process down. You can just shade whichever half you know works. If you want to write true and false, you can, but you don't need to. Okay, I figured this one would go quick because both of the intercepts, you immediately got the answer for right away. You didn't have to solve anything. So you found out the intercept was 4 on both of them right away. It's a dotted line because it's a regular less than symbol. So I just kind of drew a bunch of points to make it dotted. And then 0, 0 was true. Once you get the hang of it, they go very fast. Okay, bottom, word problem. It says you are invited to a party and asked to bring chips and soda. Chips cost $1.50, soda costs 75 cents. You only have $15 to spend. It says hints, if you don't buy any soda, how many bags of chips can you buy? If you don't buy any chips, how many bottles of soda can you buy? I don't think the graph is labeled, is it? At all? No. What's going on? Yeah, okay. So let's label the x-axis chips. I have no idea which is which and it doesn't matter, we'll just label chips, and then we'll label the y-axis soda. Let's roll, let's see, we need somebody at a different table. We've only asked 3 questions and we've done twice with 6. Table 2. How many chips could we buy with $15? I think it was $1.50 a bag? I don't know, it's off my screen. How would we figure it out, even if you don't know it off the top of your head?
Isn't it you divide 15 by
Yep.
1 time?
Perfect. Haven't you guys ever done that? Haven't you ever had like $20 or something and you went to Target and you wanted to buy a whole bunch of something or other? Like in elementary school, was Pokemon cards still a big thing for you guys, or is that? Yeah? So you probably had like 20 bucks and you wanted to see how many packs you could buy. That's how you're supposed to figure it out, is you divide by it. So we've got $15, chips are $1.50, so you take 15 divided by $1.50 and you'll find out the answer's 10. Well, yeah, that was chips, wasn't it? Yeah. So we can buy 10 bags of chips and 0 bags of soda. 0 bags of soda. I mean, a bag of soda would be weird, but maybe we'll make it like Quick Trip bags of milk. Okay, so 10, 0. And then somebody can help me with the soda one. 20, I don't know where that is. That's your table. Okay, how do we figure out how many bottles of soda or cans? It doesn't say bottles or cans. How much soda can we buy? How do we figure it out? I'm not expecting you to know the answer. Just how do we figure it out? How do we do it for the chips? Chips, we took $15 divided by $1.50 for a bag of chips. How are we going to do it for the soda? $15 divided by the 75 cents. The answer is going to be 20. So on our graph, I've got to go up a little bit. On our graph, we can get 20 cans of soda and 0 bags of chips. Wait, did I write that backwards over there? No. Those are the same thing as the intercepts. If you want to figure out how much money you can spend on just one item and not the other, those are intercepts. And so we would be able to graph this. Is this going to be a solid line or dotted line? Solid? Somebody over here said solid. Max, was that you? Okay, any thoughts as to why? Okay, that's all right. Anybody else have any think that they know? Yeah, the solid line would mean that's the $15 you have. So you can spend up to $15, you just can't spend more. So, oh my goodness, what happened there? Oh, that's actually better than I thought. If this thing said you had to spend less than $15, this would be a dotted line because you couldn't spend 15. But the line basically represents $15. And then for shading, anybody feel like they know where we're going to shade? We're going to shade this half or that half?
That
Oh, okay, thank you. I wasn't sure what you meant by that half. I figured this and that was that. Yep. Okay, how come you're thinking that half? Well, let me just shade it, because I can always undo it if I need to. Let's pick a random spot out here. Right here. This would be 10 bags of chips, 10 bottles of soda. Is that going to be less than 15 bucks or more than 15 bucks? That's what we need to figure out. That one's going to be more, because the 10 bags of chips alone was $15. So then this would be like $22.50 or something. So for shading, it's going to be this half, because all of the points in here would cost less than $15. Like if I did 4 bags of chips, 6 bottles of soda, that would be less than $15. Now, I don't know if you're gonna know this answer or not. If you do, good for you. How come I can't shade over there? Whoa.
I'm sorry, you're not supposed to.
I mean, you are right, but how come I know I had to stop at the line? Nyla! Well, you're falling asleep. I gotta wake you up. How come I can't shade over here? What does over here represent? Let's say I pick this point right there. Oh, Sam? Yeah, these are negatives, and that's not a real thing. You can't have a negative bag of chips. Those aren't real possibilities. So we can only shade in this triangle because those are positive numbers. You guys look like you are feeling as awake as I am. Okay, that's fine. It's Friday. We've had a long week. Wait. No, you guys didn't even have Monday, did you? This is a short week. This is a long week for me because I had to do a reading class all Monday. And that was brutal. This is a short week for you guys. You should be wide awake. Okay, well, I already put it in Schoology. Here's what I would like you guys to try to have done by Monday. And some of you already have a good portion of it done. Page 34, 35, I think it's 38. 38. Oh, where'd it go? 34, 35, and 38. So 34 and 35 are graphing with y equals. Page 38 is graphing with standard form. That's how they're separated. Now, I told a lot of you yesterday you could do 34 and 35 ahead of time if you wanted to. And quite a few of you finished that. It goes really fast once you start it. These 3 pages actually go really quick. So if you are able to start those today, you'll probably get them done during class. If you still need to finish up on the 27, 28, 29 from before, I can help you with those, the word problems. I can help you with those. If you need to check them off, I can put them in the computer. Whatever it is. So let's kind of just take care of stuff today. And that way you guys can sleep all weekend.